Hey everybody, Brett Mix here, Macho Wrestling 101. Please hit like and subscribe. I've almost got 50 subscribers. Not bad for a few weeks, and I don't have a big setup. So be the 50th subscriber, or if the 50th has come, be the 51st, 52nd. Anyone is appreciated. I do classic history of wrestling every day. I pump out videos daily, and I stay up to date with Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, such as tonight. So let's get right into it. This is WWE Raw, October the 23rd, 2023. It's 10/23/23 from American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Good crowds for the WWE, and they're selling out tickets for the Royal Rumble, Crown Jewel, selling out tickets for WrestleMania. They're just doing very well right now with ticket sales, and it's good to see these sold out crowds. It's up for a change. We start the show off with the new tag team champions Finn Balor and Damian Priest, Mr. Money in the Bank. They both come to the ring to start the show. Finn Balor welcomes us all to Monday Night Raw. Seems like whoever has the mic first always does that "Welcome to Monday Night Raw" thing. It doesn't have the same effect as Vince did, but nonetheless, they do it. When Finn Balor came to the ring, he also had... Yeah, that's what he did. He asked Damian if he could do his catchphrase and say, "All rise for the Judgment Day." He did it. Everyone was smiles. And he said, "All rise for the two new undisputed tag team champions of the world." Priest says, "Not bad, dog, not bad." Nah, it was pretty bad. Judgment Day says they were on the show. Then the American Nightmare music hits. Cody Rhodes comes out to a Texas-sized welcome here in Dallas. Rhodes asks how it feels to get interrupted. "I can answer that for you, Cody. I can answer with that all the time. Considering that's what Monday Night Raw chooses to do to us fans, they interrupt us every week. They interrupt us during any match, any main event match. They interrupted when they clearly didn't have to do it back in the Attitude Era. They had main events, and they never had to interrupt those with commercials. And you'll never see a promo, heaven forbid, being interrupted by a commercial. But they choose to interrupt every match, or if it's a good match, multiple times with commercials. I know they have to hit the overrun, and they have to hit their marks per hour, per quarter of hour, but that doesn't mean you have to interrupt every fucking match. That's sorry for the rant word, but that's the truth. We're not little kids on this channel. We don't need to apologize for swearing, but I don't mean to get carried away is what I should have said. Anyway, Cody Rhodes comes out to talk about this. Cody talks about how no one is relevant, and Ripley isn't even out here, and there's large oohs and ahs in the crowd. I'm just looking at my notes, and I was wondering why their crowd was oohing and ahhing, and that's because Cody was saying that pretty much the leader wasn't out here. Ripley was nowhere to be seen, so that got a lot of ooh from the crowd. JD McDonough clipped the bad leg of Rhodes after he ran in on a sneak attack and sent him into the steps. Priest beats Cody down as JD does with a chair. They put his leg right next to the steps with a chair folded onto it. GM and Peace clear the men to stop that, but it's too late as JD McDonough snapped the leg of Cody Rhodes. JD Adam Pearce had everybody move everybody, and that was the segment. Not bad, continuing the storyline progression. Making the Crown Jewel match while showing the Cody injury, and continuing the rivalry with Ray, Jay, Cody, not Ray, but yeah, Ray too, but him, Cody, Jay, and the Judgment Day. It's rhyming too much. I had to go and look. I was thinking about that. It rhymes too much. Anyway, we're back, and New Day's music hits for some tag action. It's going to be Xavier Woods and Kofi versus the Alpha Academy, Gable and Otis. This match right here was superb. This match was as good as any match on the night. It literally started off with chain wrestling. It had awesome tag team spots, isolating half of the ring with frequent tags, cutting off the corner of the ring, high spots, counters, going into a commercial with a spot to the outside, coming back into the commercial with kick out after kick out, near fall after near fall, false finishes, throwing the climax in the middle. This match had it all for a short match that went 10 minutes with commercial time. Gable with a waist lock and repeated suplexes into a bridge for a counting predicament. Gable with a bulldog off the top rope, but Otis still kicked out. Otis started stripping and thumping, followed by an elbow and a swift kick. There's a senton and a double thrust kick by the New Day, and then Xavier walked the top rope with an elbow off the ropes, crashing and banging. And yeah, they got the win here. At a commercial time of 10 to 15 minutes. The commercials are thrown in there. It might seem like I'm overrating the match, but it's really great. I rate it 3.5 stars. That's up there for matches in the last month for Raw, and that might be one of the best. So Raw was off to a great start wrestling-wise. Becky Lynch cut a promo saying she's ready for a fight in the Big D, and she says welcome to the big time to her opponent later in the night. Ivar gets his own personal video package, and they replayed Drew and Seth's promos from the week before. Ripley is now talking to Seth Rollins backstage, champion meeting champion on the Raw brand. Seth Rollins looks like Jesus Christ here, literally. Rollins brings up a good point about why he'd want to be a part of the Judgment Day. A group doesn't look for people to recruit if they're strong. It should be the other way around. It should be like in Fight Club when they're the Space Monkeys and they show up to the door and they say, "Can I be a part of your group?" And then Brad Pitt's like, "Do you have $500 burial money?" And you know what I mean? It should be people wanting to join Fight Club, not Fight Club recruiting people. It's ass backwards. It makes him look not as weak. The Judgment Day. Fight Club was just a metaphor. I don't actually think any of this is Fight Club. Obviously. So, anyways, Ripley wanted Seth Rollins in the group, and she wants to show him what he can be capable of doing. And Rollins says he doesn't need to do anything. He doesn't want to be reminded of Roman Reigns. Yeah. So anyways, next we have a high school acting time up with Natalya wishing Indy Hartwell, Indy a good match tonight. For the title she never lost. And then she just said the next line right in that same promo. She said, "Yeah, I'm going to go get the title I never lost." And then Natalya came to her and she went, "I hope you get the title you didn't lose." Why did they repeat the same lines in the same 20 seconds? They couldn't have figured out one different line for that whole segment. They had a segment to come up with a different line, and they both say the same line. Not too much prep time for that segment. Almost like it was improvised. Anyway, Lynch comes out to defend the NXT title. Well, she's not a man, and she's not a Raw champion, yet she's a female defending the title on Raw. A little strange when you look at it that way. Indy and Lynch for the title now. Indy Hartwell has no chance here. Let's see if the story continues on Raw. Becky was thrown into the ring post, and then we have a commercial, of course. After a few good minutes, Becky hits a big elbow off the top, and there's Lyra Valkyria in attendance. She will meet the winner tomorrow night on NXT Halloween Havoc. Lynch's disarmer submission maneuver helped after Hartwell delivered the offense throughout. They shake hands as Becky wins. And then backstage, Xia Li attacks Candice LeRae. And they'll have a match next week. Nick Aldis, the SmackDown GM, wants a word with the Raw GM, Adam Pearce, ahead of the Survivor Series, and apologized. They then agreed to be on good terms, and then Pearce doubled his security for the next segment. Pearce said he wanted security for this segment because there's 5 ladies. All 5 are tough hitters, hard hitters, and they're all going to be in the women's 5-woman elimination match. Or just no, it's a 5-woman first pin, first fall match. Whoever gets the first fall of this 5 ladies, Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, Zoe Stark, Nia Jax, and the champion Rhea Ripley, whoever gets the fall is the ladies champion for the Raw brand. Gargano took on Imperium's Vinci, and after Ciampa's outside interference, Gargano put him away quickly. I give that a star. Logan Paul came out next, beating his former opponent in the boxing world, talking about how he retired and how he drove him, and how he's a champion and how he drove him out of the sport. Just basic, look at me, I'm the champion stuff. And then all of a sudden, as he beat Rey Mysterio, and then all of a sudden Ricochet attacked him from behind Wonder if that's going to lead from Ricochet and Ray versus Dom and Logan. I could see that as a tag team match coming up in the future. Nikki Cross on the outside while Natalya takes on Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. Cross had a blank stare on her face, disoriented, stoic, or disinterested, and shocked, hypnotized, all words you could use for what her face was like. And then she pulled a Rick Martel from WrestleMania 5 at Strikeforce and walked to the back. So that's a heel turn, I'm pretty sure. It was for Rick Martel. And we got the model of Rick Martel from that. So no complaining about that heel turn. Maybe this one has spiced it up too. Maybe they pushed Nikki Cross because of it. There's an idea. ZAYN and Drew McIntyre begin their match. Let's go Sammy and let's go Drew chant back and forth from Dallas as the two exchange offense. ZAYN tried to wear down the big man with the vertical base with a side headlock. As Cole says, you're not winning the power game with Drew, which is right. On the outside, he was thrown into a barricade and then hit a moonsault on top to Drew McIntyre by the barricade. Then he drives him into the ring apron, back first. So McIntyre got vertical after this, and on the outside with a variety of power moves, tossed ZAYN to the outside table area with ease or care. It just threw him right over the top of the announcer's table, and he went right back into the barricade. And it was just such a simple toss by McIntyre. This is awesome chance breakout. ZAYN comes back in the ring with kicks and his own version of a Claymore, and then a blue Thunderbomb, and then another nice near fall there as Drew McIntyre kicks out. Drew suplexes back and forth, trying to remain optimistic that he's going to be in the forefront in the momentum. A Claymore by McIntyre after Mommy Ripley got involved, distracting ZAYN, and Drew walked right behind her, planting potential seeds, showing what she could do if she was a part of the Judgment Day. I thought this was a good match too. 3 stars I'd give it. Between Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. It was about 10 minutes in length and with commercial. And 3 stars. I rated the opening tag 3.5 stars with the New Day. But this one I'd put 3 stars. So two 3-star matches on a Raw is great. Especially for these days. Bronson Reed and Tozawa go at it next. Bronson with a tsunami and another successful victory in a short time. Pretty much a squash. Backstage, Rollins and McIntyre face to face, saying that neither will use Judgment Day at the Crown Jewel and may the best man win. McIntyre said, "The best man will win." And then he walked off. Next, it's Damian Priest versus main event Jey Uso in the main event, so they're keeping with that. Priest and Damian Priest and main event Jey Uso. My main event was crinkled up for a second. Main event Jey Uso. In the main event, Priest uses his aerial assault, or so does Jey. Priest is more of the power game wrestler. Jey is more of the high flyer. Priest with a flatliner on the table after a suicide dive by Jey Uso. Uso delivers high kicks, but when Priest is up top, he uses hard shots with a razor's edge attempt. He dropped him, and then Uso splashed with a spear. But Finn Balor broke up the 3 count, and then Jey with a suicide dive to Balor. Priest hits the South of Heaven, and Damian Priest, and that's it. I rated 2.5 stars. Decent tag match. Then there's a beatdown of Jey Uso as the bell rings. The fans are booing. A coup de grace by Balor. Judgment Day wasn't satisfied with just injuring Cody back earlier. They wanted to injure Jey Uso too. But then Cody came in limping to the ring, and he laid the heels out with chair shots. Balor drags him to protection outside of the ring as the fans boo. Cody's limping with bandages on in the ring with a chair in hand. Jey Uso's down, and that's the show. We had decent promos, a couple of decent to good matches. A couple good to great matches, actually. Storyline progression, and then a bunch of filler. So I give this Raw a 6 out of 10. Stay tuned for SmackDown review this Friday night, of course. And also for Crown Jewel coming up in a week. And next week's Raw as well. From Queensville, South Carolina. Anyway, I'm Britt Mix from Kelowna, BC, Canada. And thank you for watching, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. This is Rod, October 23rd, 2023, signing off from Dallas, Texas.